Counting double-digit thousand stacks.
Good day, everybody. This is Tony Bianchi, and this is the WWE SummerSlam 2017 preview show. I tell you the matches are going to happen tonight, and I'll tell you my prediction what's going to happen. Ever since the Money in the Bank fiasco, I haven't watched a single Raw or SmackDown episode because it was that terrible. And what I've been hearing or seeing on YouTube, and I'm glad I didn't watch Raw and SmackDown. It would have just pissed me off more, especially what's been happening. This is another Raw and SmackDown pay-per-view where all of them are going to be on there. Although you would think all championship belts were going to be online, but one isn't, and I think you guys are going to find out why. And here are the matches. Let's hope this pay-per-view goes well. The first match we got is Jason Jordan and the Hardys versus The Miz, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel in a 6-man tag team match on the kickoff show. And I'm guessing this is just to try to push Jason Jordan up into the Intercontinental slot to try to face The Miz on the next pay-per-view. And I mean, look what they had to sacrifice. One, the Intercontinental title is not going to be defended on SummerSlam. And two, they broke up the American Alphas. That's just dumb. And then they had this stupid storyline with Kurt Angle saying that Jason Jordan is his son. And once again, the Hardys are deleting the tag team division. They should never come back to the WWE. And this is just gonna screw Miz in the end. Because the outcome of this match is Jason Jordan is going to be the one who scores the pinfall on The Miz. The Hardys and Jason Jordan is going to win. And the next pay-per-view is going to be Jason Jordan versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. And then after that, Jason Jordan is going to go downhill from there because the only thing interesting about this fake storyline of him being Kurt Angle's son. And this does not promote anything for Bo Dallas or Curtis Axel. Once again, The Miz is going to get screwed. But I guess The Miz is going to be in the next Marine movie, and that's going to be alright with him. I'm telling you, this company is just dumb. Next match to talk about is Randy Orton versus Rusev in a 1-on-1 match. And, oh great. Let's face it, I've told that although this match could be a good match, but let's face it, the way the WWE has been screwing these two, it's just horrible. I mean, let's talk about Randy Orton. Randy Orton, ever since he won the WWE title, there's been a lot more boos and cheers for him as of lately, especially when he goes against, when he went up against Jinder Mahal. I mean, come on. There's something up with that when the crowd starts to turn on Randy Orton. And now he lost his title to a jobber. There's nothing decent for him to do, except for a feud with Rusev, who has been screwed by John Cena once again because of that stupid flag match. I don't know. I mean, this could be a good match, but storyline, the way these guys are getting screwed over by the WWE is just... Well, I think Randy Orton is going to beat Rusev, and once again, Rusev is going to go further down the chain, and eventually he's going to get released from the WWE because there's nothing left for him to do. I mean, they're not going to give him a title shot for the WWE title or US title, or whether or not he's going to stay on SmackDown or move up to Raw. Although his wife Lana might be doing better than him. And the next match we got is Big Show versus Big Cass. And all this started because we found out that Cass was the one who attacked Enzo, and Cass faked his own attack, and so he turned on Enzo, and now we got this whole feud with Enzo and Cass. Although I think it might be a good thing that they promote Big Cass as a singles wrestler, but I don't think it was right for them to break up the tag team. Because of what happened with the Hardys. Because the Hardys, they had to break up. Because WrestleMania should have been Enzo Cass's championship win, but that's what the WWE does. They do not give us what we want, and they destroy everything that we like. Enzo Cass with the most over tag team they had, better than the Hardys. But I guess they spent all that money getting the Hardys back. They had to make some cutbacks and breaking them up and having Big Cass go attack Enzo. In the last pay-per-view they had, Big Cass just dominated over Enzo, and now Big Show steps in to try to protect Enzo now. I mean, seriously. I mean, yeah, you try to make Big Cass this big heel, but you screwed him over when you gave him the worst theme music. It's the worst thing than Cesaro's theme music. I mean, it sounds like someone just playing around with the sounds, and that's Big Cass's theme music. So, I don't know, I think Big Cass might go over by cheating or something to beat the Big Show. I think they might continue this whole rivalry on to the next pay-per-view. Or Enzo and Big Show will have a tag team match against Big Cass and someone else. I don't know. I think Big Cass might go over. If that's what they're trying to do with Big Cass. At least give him Tess's old theme music. I mean, let's face it, Tess would be a great template for Big Cass because he kind of looks like him. And his theme music would fit. But let's face it, WWE doesn't deal with logic. They deal with storylines that are terrible. Another match on the main card is Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. And, you know, I don't know why they didn't do this match months before when they had that rivalry. I mean, when Bray Wyatt came to Raw, he had a little bit of a feud with Finn Balor, but then they just dropped it and gave him a feud with Seth Rollins, which didn't make sense. And finally got this rivalry with Finn Balor now, and I don't know, I think it lost its fire. I mean, I think this might be a great match, probably match of the night, but they should have did this when it was red hot. And when I've heard that Bray Wyatt poured fake blood on Finn Balor, was that supposed to promote the match? Was that supposed to make it intense? No. This is just like the bloodbath that Van Gangrel did, or what Vampiro did with Sting in WCW. I don't know. The rivalry's momentum was stalled, and I don't know if they can get it to the momentum that it had before. But this could be a great match. Probably the match tonight, and if they try to get Finn Balor back into the Universal title picture, which I don't understand why they haven't done, Finn Balor's going to beat Bray Wyatt. The next match on SummerSlam, which I truly, truly hate, is John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Yeah, John Cena. Yeah, the thing about John Cena is when he sees the potential out of a wrestler, he knows how to just snuff it out. Just like he did with Baron Corbin. I mean, let's face it, Baron Corbin, when he won the Money in the Bank, it didn't make sense, but you know what? It was different. But to have John Cena screw this guy out of his Money in the Bank briefcase, because when he cashed in on Jinder Mahal during his match, he was about to become the WWE champion. But then John Cena cost Corbin a match, and Jinder Mahal pinned him, and he lost. This is the second time on a free TV that the Money in the Bank briefcase cash-in failed. Well, this is the third time. Well, this is the second time for TV, third time overall. And out of all those times, John Cena was involved, especially when he screwed Damien Sandow. And now we have John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Now, if Baron Corbin would have still had the briefcase, and they should have did this where Baron Corbin was about to cash in, John Cena stopped it. That should have been the plan. But no. John Cena costed a match when he cashed it in, and we're left with this match. And this is a buried alive match for Baron Corbin. Because if he still had the briefcase, Shinsuke Nakamura could have won. Then he would have cashed in on Shinsuke. He would have become WWE champion, and Shinsuke would have been saved. But once again, Baron Corbin had the most potential out of anyone for NXT. I mean, when he came to NXT, he started beating people in less than a minute with the end of days, and then NXT didn't know what the hell they'd do with him, and the crowd turned on him. And now he's probably getting back in his heel ways and getting cut down by Cena. And let's face it, John Cena's going to beat Baron Corbin in SummerSlam. It's terrible. The next match, which is the second match out of 3 matches into the kickoff show, because the kickoff show is going to have 3 matches, and unfortunately the next 2 of the kickoff matches are championship matches, which doesn't make sense. Well, the first championship of the kickoff show is Akira Tozawa, who is the current Cruiserweight Champion, versus Neville, the former champion, in a WWE Cruiserweight Championship match. And they're doing this whole Titus spread with Akira Tozawa, and if they're going to keep up with that, where Titus O'Neil is going to have a stable like Bobby Heenan, then Tozawa's going to go over Neville, and that's going to be it for Neville. Let's face it. Ever since he came back, I don't know, when he came to the WWE, he was white hot up till they got him in a stupid comic feud with Stardust. Then he got injured. Then he came back and turned heel. And because this whole Cruiserweight division, Neville is just stuck. Because he can't fight for the Intercontinental title, he can't fight for the Universal title, and he has the potential to become a Universal Champion, but the WWE, because this whole Cruiserweight division, it just kills it for him. And Tozawa's gonna win. He's gonna retain the title. Probably might be quick, because let's face it, Cruiserweight division sucks. The next championship on the main card, we got AJ Styles, the U.S. champion, versus Kevin Owens in the United States Championship match. And they have a special guest referee for this, and that's Shane. As you know, KO got his title back from AJ Styles, but then when Jericho came back, they had a triple threat, and AJ Styles pinned Kevin Owens, but unfortunately it was a little bit controversy because Kevin Owens' shoulders went up, and then, I don't know, they had this whole scuffle where Shane was trying to be remediator between these guys, and AJ Styles accidentally hit Shane, and then you got Kevin Owens accidentally hitting Shane, so now we got Shane being the special guest referee. And, folks, come on, I think we all know what's going to happen with this. AJ Styles is going to get screwed by Shane. Because if you've watched the WWF, all those times that Shane McMahon was a special guest referee, he's always took the corporate stance and started to screw. Just like he screwed The Rock, like he screwed Stone Cold when it came to a match between him and Vince and the corporation, authority, whatever. And then Shane is finally going to reveal his true colors, and you got to have him screwing over AJ Styles. You got to have Shane hugging Kevin Owens. Then Vince McMahon's music was starting to play, and he comes down there with a strut. And we get that father-son moment where Shane and Vince hug. Then we get Stephanie coming out, and Triple H and the whole entire McMahon-Helmsley family comes out in celebration. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I'm guessing, but AJ Styles is gonna get screwed. He's definitely getting screwed. Well, the third match of the kickoff show is for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. We got the New Day, the tag champs, versus the Usos, and you know, this whole rivalry between these two guys. New Day finally became the new champs over them, and it's just been either side jumping the other, and it's confirmed that it's going to be Big E and Xavier Woods versus Jay and Jimmy Uso in the match. I don't know, because I think Kofi's still injured or something. And if there were other heel tag teams, because, I don't know, I mean, the tag team division is slim at this point. And there's not that many heel tag teams. I mean, I'm guess that we're going to have the Hype Brothers go up against whoever wins. But they got something in the works between these guys. I think the Hype Brothers are going to get broken up soon. But if I had to random guess, I think the New Day is going to go over, retain the tag champ titles, probably defend their belts against the Hype Brothers. The next championship on the main card, we got the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship between Cesaro, Sheamus, the tag champs, versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. And I think the WWE is trying to hint that the Shield is going to reform again. I don't know, because you got Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins going up against the Miz and Miztourov, and they've been teasing them of trying to join forces together. And I'm guessing that this tag match is going to be where, since Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are going to try to reform the Shield. And if that's the case, then Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are going to go over and become the new tag team champions. I mean, Seth Rollins has been a multiple tag team champion with Roman Reigns, and you know, he hasn't been a tag team champion with Dean Ambrose, and I think this is going to be a way for them to bury the hatchet. Well, what happened with the breakup, with Seth Rollins betrayed him, and once again, Cesaro and Sheamus are going to get screwed. The two best athletes that the WWE's ever had, they screwed them to the best of 7. They finally got it right for this tag team champions, beating those stupid Hardys, and now they're going to lose the titles to Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, try to reform the Shield, try to promote Roman Reigns once again. Up next, we got the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship between Naomi the Champ versus Natalya. And Natalya won her number one contendership in a fatal 5-way on the last pay-per-view. And you know what? I think it's good that Natalya's got a title shot, and I hope she wins. I hope she becomes a champion, because let's face it, she has been screwed so many times in these championship matches, especially when it did the whole Montreal Screwjob storyline with her and Charlotte, and that's just dumb. I mean, her last great championship match was between Charlotte for the NXT Women's Championship belt, but it meant something. But you know what? The heat she needs to go over. My opinion, this could be the better match out of that Raw Women's Championship, because let's face it, Natalya's a great athlete. Came for the Heart Dungeon. She deserves to win. And you know what? At this point, I don't care how she wins. I just want her to be champion. I don't got anything against Naomi, but the title needs to go over. That's just it. She needs to win. The next championship match we got is Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Sasha Banks. And you know what? I've seen these matches over and over again between these two, and I think it's just pretty much boring at this point. Because this would have been Bayley versus Alexa Bliss for the championship, but since she had a sore shoulder injury, she's out, and let's face it, she's just done in WWE. And I don't know. I mean, if you look at this, Sasha Banks' track record in pay-per-view fights has been abysmal at this point. I mean, she has the worst win-loss record on pay-per-views than anyone, especially when she was against Charlotte. Because the only time she won the championship was on a Raw show. And she always loses the belt on the pay-per-view. And I don't know, I think, the last time these two fought for the championship on the pay-per-view, I don't know, it's just, she always gets injured on every pay-per-view show. And, I think Alexa Bliss is going to go over. And I hope that Alexa Bliss does what she did on the last match they had on the pay-per-view, where she dislocates her arm. That was the best part of the match. And if Sasha Banks does win the title, then this might take it to a feud between her and Nia Jax. And if that's the case, then Sasha Banks might win the championship belt. And then the next pay-per-view, you got her defending the belt against Nia Jax. And I think that's probably the best option at this point. Because let's face it, the women's division, WWE, is just dead. And screwing the Mae Young Classic, that's just dead too. The next match we got is for the WWE Championship between the champion Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura. And Shinsuke Nakamura earned his #1 contendership in a match between him and John Cena. And I'm a little bit scared at this point with this whole Shinsuke Nakamura, because I think Shinsuke is going to win the title off of Jinder Mahal, but because of what happened during his match against John Cena, I think he's going to be the 17th title victory for him. Because during this match, Shinsuke Nakamura dropped John Cena on his neck. And from what I've been hearing, Vince McMahon is pissed off at Shinsuke Nakamura. Although after the match, you got Shinsuke apologizing to John Cena, and you got John Cena saying forget about it. Because I think he knows that he's gonna bury Shinsuke at this point. Because John Cena doesn't get mad, he just buries people, and that's what's gonna happen. Because if Baron Corbin still had the big briefcase, then this match would have been the last match. And then Shinsuke would have won the belt from Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal would have knocked him out. Then Corbin would come and cash in and win the title. There would have been Baron Corbin versus John Cena for the WWE Championship, and Shinsuke would have been spared. But because of what happened with Baron Corbin, I think Vince did it on purpose so that he could bury Shinsuke for trying to destroy his only meal ticket in WWE. Because let's face it, without John Cena, the WWE dies, and he knows it now. And, let's face it, Shinsuke, you're gonna get buried on your next SmackDown pay-per-view. I'm sorry, but that's what's gonna happen. So goodbye, Shinsuke Nakamura. Go to Pro Wrestling Noah, some other place. Go back to New Japan. And this brings up to the main event for the WWE Universal Championship match. And this is a fatal four-way match between Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, and the WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. And oh my god! And from what I'm hearing, this could be Brock Lesnar's final match in the WWE. The way I think it's going to happen, because I think Roman Reigns is going to become the new Universal Champion. I mean, they had him destroy The Undertaker. He got tired. They're not going to give Joe the championship belt. I mean, look how they screwed him on his match against Brock Lesnar. They had him attack Brock Lesnar before the match, and Brock Lesnar just completely decimated him in the championship match. And if I had to pick someone that should win the title, it should be Braun Strowman, because if Braun Strowman wins, then we're going to have a Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar match, and that will be one of the best Universal Championship matches that we're going to have. But you know what? Vince wants Roman Reigns to be the #1 star on Raw, so he's going to have Roman Reigns win. And if Roman Reigns wins, then we might have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in the next pay-per-view. And hate to say, but Roman Reigns might beat Brock Lesnar. And if that happens, then what's left for Brock Lesnar? Nothing, because he's done. I mean, if he gets buried by Roman Reigns, then that's it for Brock Lesnar. He should leave. Paul should leave. They should go to some other wrestling organization or go back to UFC. Because his career in the WWE is just done. He got buried by Cena on his return. He's just done. I mean, after this, I don't think we're going to see Brock Lesnar for a very long time, up until his contract runs out next year, because 2018 is going to be his final year in the WWE, and he's not going to sign back up. He doesn't want to be in this shithole anymore. He's done. And that's it for the WWE SummerSlam preview show. Hope you like my opinions. If you like the new format of this video, then I'm going to keep on using this from now on. And I will get the SummerSlam 2017 review out soon. And let's hope that, I hope that this just turns away people for the product, because I don't think anyone should watch this on television. I don't think anyone should buy tickets to something that sucks. So this is the end. Hit the like button if you like this, and cancel Raws, cancel SmackDown, cancel WWE, and cancel the WWE Network, and save some money on something that's good. Thanks, and good luck.